Welcome back to Made to Order a la Orden. I'm Chef Z, and today we're making Bistec Encebollado or Carne Encebollado. Now, whatever it is that you call this amazing traditional dish, it is just downright melt in your mouth delicious. Now, fun fact, I actually grew up eating this dish about 5 times a week because the holy trinity in Hispanic dinners is arroz, habichuela, y carne, whether that's carne guisada, pollo guisado, or bistec encebollado. And lucky for you, I have all of those videos here on my channel, so be sure to check it out so you don't miss out on those amazing recipes. Now, I'm gonna let you guys know right now, this dish does not work unless you use a fairly inexpensive cut of meat. Whenever you use an expensive cut of meat, it honestly doesn't need much. All you really have to do is like some salt, pepper, garlic, and boom, there you go. But whenever you're making carne encebollado, you want a tough and thin, that's key. You want a thin cut of steak because we're gonna infuse so many different flavors. We're gonna stew it for a really long time so it becomes just that velvety smooth. And like always, that gravy at the very end or the salsa at the very end over some mango or arroz or even some yuca is just delicious. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started, but not before you follow me on social media and subscribe to my channel. We're going to kick things off by adding some freshly chopped Cubanelle peppers, some sopita or adobo, both will do, some black pepper, some Sazón, some Dominican Orégano, some recao, and a little bit of recao or cilantro really takes this dish to the next level. I'm now going to add some freshly chopped onions, and I'm also going to add a ton of garlic. Now, I am a garlic fanatic and I'm a little heavy-handed with the garlic, so feel free to use a little bit less. We're also going to add some Ajicitos because they're in stock, so you know I have to use it, and some light sodium soy sauce. And we're going to finish this off with some freshly squeezed limes. Now, whenever I'm making this dish, I like to use as many fresh ingredients as I can, but you can definitely use like onion powder and garlic powder if you don't want to go through the whole hustle of chopping everything. Now we're going to bring this marinade all together by adding just a little bit of olive oil, and we're going to mix it until it's well combined. Now, quick tip, you can definitely cook the meat right away, but I do recommend that you let it marinate for 20 minutes to an hour, or even better, let it marinate overnight. Now, I love to add a little bit of red wine vinegar into the onions because the onions will slightly pickle, almost like we did it with the mango. Now we're going to add some olive oil into a skillet, and when it gets nice and hot, we're going to add our bistec one by one. Now, once the bistec starts to cook, it's going to release its own juices and it's going to cook in those very same juices. And once it's been cooking away for about 5 to 10 minutes, we're going to very gently flip them over. Now, do not be fooled. This meat is far from done. And if anything, it's gotten really tough because remember, we're working with a thin, inexpensive cut of meat. So now we're going to take some water and we're going to add it to the bowl where it was marinating, and we're going to add it into the pot. And what this is going to do is going to create a beautiful and delicious braising liquid or stewing liquid. And we're going to let that stew away for about 20 to 30 minutes. And once that liquid has dried up, we're now going to flip the meat over, and you're going to see it's nice and brown on one side, and now we have to do the same thing on the other side. And we're going to add some more water so that it continues to tenderize. And you want to do this process again and again until it reaches the tenderness that you like. And once it's nice and tender, we're now going to add the second star of the show, which is the cebollas, the white onions. Now, I like to just drop them right on top of the steak, vinegar and all. We added a tiny bit of vinegar, which is actually going to round off the flavors in this dish. And I like to break the onions apart and put my flame to a low setting because I personally like my onions a little bit on the crunchy side, but if you like them nice and soft, they will soften away for another 5 to 10 minutes. So there you guys have it, my recipe for Bistec Encebollado. Don't forget to check me out on social media, and I can't wait to see you guys next week when I have an all new video. Buen provecho, guys.